All right, Veritas, Symbolic. How are you and your collaborators? Hope you're all doing well. Um, I wanted to make a response to you, another response to your video on the presumption of atheism moving forward, and address your actual request. You know, your serious request for videos, rather than my sort of humorous, my humorous observations on different interplay between the arguments. But let me quote you. So and you know, I think I got this right. Okay, but here's what I've got. Your request. Given that, okay, given that when we are faced with insufficient evidence for theism, that we're only warranted in denying theism if we should expect there to be evidence, but in turn there is none. Given this, atheists make videos in favor of thinking that the absence of evidence is evidence of absence when it comes to God. Um, and let me acknowledge that there's a sort of a very generous concession on your part for the sake of argument here and for the sake of generating a dialogue on this. Sort of apologetic dialogue, but a dialogue, and thank you. But I have to say, man, that little word "only" in there kind of bothers me, because you know, I don't think that we're only warranted in, well, denying theism. Shall we say denying, or shall we say I don't know, but the word only. So we're only warranted in denying theism if we should expect there to be evidence. Now, there can be, I won't use the word deny, but there can be other reasons to not accept um, certain types of theism. You know, for one, there are certain theisms which I consider sort of absurd. I mean, we can't have an inherently absurd, self-refuting type of theism. And I'm speaking in general now about theism. Now, I'm not speaking about directly about the Abrahamic religions. I'm talking about general belief in various gods. There can be absurd gods which are self-refuting. You know, there are also theisms that polytheisms and various other kinds of theisms actually kind of is actually is all encompassing as weak atheism in a way. It can get vague, you know, but there are kinds of theisms that, in a way, I think that our conception of them, and we have to remember when we talk about theism, we're really talking, I think, a lot of the time about our conception of God, not about God directly, but that's a whole other topic. But there are certain theisms that we've sort of outgrown those concepts. For instance, people often mention Zeus and the Greek gods, um, which we no longer believe in. And I think it's because we've outgrown that whole conception, that whole particular type of polytheism, with the gods bickering and arguing and betraying each other and having petty little jealousies and wars and things like that. That now looks childish to us. So in a sense, I think that in our own maturation process, whatever that is, there are theisms that are just appear childish to us. We appear to have outgrown them, and so we don't accept them. Not that they, I mean, not that they're really inherently absurd. It's just that we look at them and we say, "Oh well, you know, how could anybody have such childish beliefs?" So there are reasons to not accept various theisms, besides this sort of rational, evidential based or evidentiary based hypothesis here. You know, based on a rationale here. You know, just like I believe that there would be reasons for believing in a theistic system or believing in a God that are not based on rational reasons. I mean, I think I mentioned in a oh, was it to Dawa Films, the difference. I just sort of sketched out or referred to briefly the difference between the irrational and the non-rational. I mean, many non-rational processes are extremely valuable. Dreams is a non-rational process. I won't say it's irrational. They actually have a logic of their own, which is very interesting. Um, but we can gain great insight from dreams. We can learn a lot from our dreams, and it's non-rational. So when I say non-rational, I'm not trying to lower the value of something or denigrate something. It's the non-rational can be very valuable. Art is, I think, creativity is a non-rational process. So I think there can be certain non-rational reasons for believing in God. It doesn't always have to be rationally based. I'm wondering now whether there can be non-rational reasons, maybe non-rational reasons for simply not accepting a belief in God, or just for not having a belief in God. There can be non-rational reasons for believing in God. I mean, and putting aside things like direct revelation and some sort of spiritual intuition, things of this nature, which I don't know whether they exist, but people mention them, they're possibilities, right? So anyway, in any event, now I realize what I haven't provided here with what you asked for, because I've been talking about the givenness. But I guess the real request is atheists make videos in favor of thinking that the absence of evidence is evidence of absence when it comes to believing in God. I will do a video on that. I was just mainly commenting on the given. All right, man. Take care. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Bye.